What's up, survival dudes? Got a new review here for the cold steel two-handed Panga Machete. Never done a cold steel blade before. Done blades in the past. They all turned out pretty high quality. And you guys know all I try to show is the best and what'll keep you alive out there. Here today with us is my good friend demonstrating his P.O.U. philosophy of use on the cold steel two-handed Panga Machete. And here he is.
Hey guys, this is StriderX here. This blade in all actuality does belong to me, which is part of the reason why I'm here. However, another reason I'm here is because I'm actually going to be joining the BulletBender56 team. So I look forward to seeing all you guys, and I hope you guys will enjoy this review. Anyways, enough with these things. Alright, now to get started on some real specs here. One of the first and most important things that I enjoy about the blade is, well, of course, the blade. This blade right here is made of 1055 carbon steel. This right here is pretty much just black baked on anti-rust. I mean, as cheap as it sounds, you know.
And it's pretty much a marine coat type color. I mean, it's not gonna really last on there if you're planning on really hard use with it.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, the blade is excellent quality, but if you're planning on making it look new, you might want to look somewhere else. If you're willing to spend just a little bit into it, you know how to Duracoat, that's awesome for you.
But not a big detail flaw in the paint. I mean, for some of you it might be a little critical, but others it might not. So for those that aren't, you know, thumbs up, dudes.
It's an awesome blade right here. I personally am not critical. As you can see, I have used, in fact, this blade already. I've been actually bashing this thing up pretty good. I want to see what some of you were saying is true. And we will be actually posting a few of these testings. Not sure, maybe on this video, perhaps later on as we get into it. But let's get back onto the review on this thing. What we have here is a polypropylene handle. It's not full tang. I figure I should let you guys know right now. Right here in this particular area, you see these 3 bolts. It comes down to about right here. However, it is very high quality and it's going to last you. Also on the blade, the way it was built, it has a sweet spot. This is what I like to consider. It's right here.
And as you guys can see, we've used that more than once in that area.
Yes, quite a bit. We've hit, I'm not kidding you, we've hit plywood. I mean, we've hit rocks, we've hit bark, we've thrown this thing. We've done just a whole bunch of stuff, and we're looking forward to bringing this to you guys here soon. And in this sweet spot, you'll notice the reason it's so worn is because of how deep we were able to get cuts. Also, because it's very high quality carbon steel, it holds an edge very good no matter how much of a beating you put on it. Now, I will admit that after hitting a few rocks, there's a chance that you'll get a little nick. There's an almost invisible nick somewhere around this area just where we've been using it. It's extremely small.
Sorry guys, trying to zoom in on the camera here. It's just kind of fuzzy. There we go.
But don't worry about it. I give the blade so far with all the bashings, I can literally say bashings I put on this blade, I give the blade about a 9.5 out of 10.
We've basically put this blade through torture tests. I mean, we'll probably put those in annotation or in the video, or in future videos, depending on what you guys ask for.
Yes.
So
we will be doing some of that. Also, I want to note, is factory sharpened. I know a lot of you guys say that it didn't come sharpened, but I actually purchased mine off True Swords, and it did come very sharp. It was sharp enough to razor through paper. I just ran it across and it cut right through. I did have it resharpened because after the beating I put through, you know, I don't expect any blade to stay that sharp. But one of the points I wanted to mention was actually about the point on this. While it's not a very good stabbing or jabbing weapon, admittedly because of how large it is, this point right here, let's say you were ever in a combat situation, you knock somebody down, this point is actually very, very sturdy. I have hit this over and over again, as you can see by some of the wear here. This penetrates every time. Again, the point isn't very sharp. You can sharpen that if you like, to leave that open to you, obviously right here. But it works excellent because of the way it's designed, the curve right in this area. It adds a lot of power because you concentrated all that into this tip. So you have an excellent amount of power going into that. I'm just going to flip this around just for a second just so you can see the other side. Again, on the sweet spots. And this side's a little less warm, probably because I use my right hand a lot more. And as you can see, they press these in. So these go all the way through, and in the machine, what it does, it pretty much adds 2 bolts on each side to keep it in place. So that's pretty good. It's sturdy. The handle is really high quality. Again, it's not high impact, at least according to some of the specifications. But I have thrown this thing just because I wanted to see if I could get it to stick. Both me and BulletBender56 here have thrown this. Do you have any comments you'd like to add on that?
During throwing, it's a little tough to get the point to stick. You have to throw it possibly by turning the blade like this in throwing position. But if you're not into throwing or hunting with blades, then you're pretty well set with this blade. It's pretty much what you want for it. Survivalists out there, it's a good tool. It's a great type of. It can even be used in hand-to-hand to a offensive to a defensive situation. Love the handle. Those grooves there in the handle make it extra grip, and those are pretty much my comments on it. I mean, I just love this blade. Cold Steel, thumbs up, guys.
Yes, he did an excellent job on this blade. As he said, it's a very good survival tool. Now, I'd like to make on that note that I would not recommend this for any military personnel or any type of, pretty much just any officer. This is more just like for your everyday person, somebody who needs a very reliable tool, survival tool camping. We've also tried this on bushes, thorns, like it said, and it does indeed get through them in 1 to 2 swings. Saplings, I get through in 2 swings. Bushes, thorns, things like that, I clear them in 1 very easily. I mean, it glides through pretty much like butter. Now, if you're going to be hitting a lot of stuff like wood, the blade does keep a good edge, but you're going to need to reprofile it. I'd say at least once every, maybe half a week if you're working with it every day. And I'm talking about constant use. Now let's go into a little bit of the specifications here. There's a little bit of confusion here because I ordered mine off True Swords, which sells a lot of high quality merchandise and actually sells their distributor for Cold Steel. You actually get it cheaper there. However, some of their specifications are a little bit different. So I have them here and I'd like to read to you. Here's a page if you'd like to zoom in on that a little bit. On the Cold Steel, we have the blade overall 16 inches. It's the same with True Swords. That's the Cold Steel website and the True Swords website. So I'd say the blade is 16 inches. It matches that criteria. The overall length is 36 3/4 inch. So including this handle here and this, both of them agree. Both of the websites. Also, because of the length of the handle, it gives quite a lot of power per swing. If you want fast swings, you don't need too much power, I recommend gripping up here. It's designed nicely that even hands, as you can see, it's kind of small and a little bit chunky like mine, can grip this very easily. However, you need a lot of power right here. Like BulletBender56 was saying, these grooves provide excellent grip. And this part right here just kind of helps your hand from slipping off. Also, if you notice, you could put some type of rope through here if you'd like to hang it. Though I don't quite recommend it because of how long it is. However, let's go back to specifications. The blade, like I mentioned before, is made of 1055 carbon steel. Now, that's pretty high carbon in there. It's meant to have a very hard edge. But whenever it's for some of you people out there who know a little bit more about metals, just because it's got a lot of carbon, don't misjudge the metals. We put this through a test, and this blade is flexible. Although not overly flexible, you can still maneuver it quite a bit, and it will always spring back. For us, it has. Throwing tests, hitting tests, it always springs back to its straight shape. I'm going to lift this up right here just so you can see. So you can notice it's very straight. There's no indentions, there's nothing whatsoever. So I just want to make that point clear. Now here's where things...
And one thing, one thing about the 1055 steel is I've seen people shoot at it, and it still pretty much does not warp. It pretty much ricochets your ammunition. I've seen people bend it, like as StriderX was saying, and it'll pretty much last you. The same with the polymer, except for the polymer didn't last through too much of those bullets there. But if you're not going into heavy gunfire, you're pretty much set.
Thank you for that. Now I would just like to mention, here's a little confusion between the websites. I have not weighed this blade myself, so I can't actually give you the exact weight. However, according to the official Cold Steel website description, it weighs 37 ounces. According to True Swords, however, it only weighs 33.1 ounces. Now I know for a lot of you, especially just survivalists, you know, campers. It probably won't be such a big deal, but I just thought I'd point that out. So if you'd like to look that up, you're free to do so. Perhaps one of the last comments I'd like to make on the blade, it's just the value of it. This right here, I got this from True Swords for an astonishing, with shipping and all, for only $32.20. Now, admittedly, it doesn't come with the sheath. However, though, if you would buy this from Cold Steel website, it costs you, I believe, $39.95. So you're saving money there. And that's without shipping at that. So I don't know how much it would cost with shipping. But I just wanted to make it, that comment on the value of the blade. And that is about all I have to say. It's good to meet you. I look forward to seeing you again soon. StriderX out.
And one thing, guys, for you zombie squad dudes out there, this could be a good zombie weapon. I mean, just throwing that one out there. BulletBender56 signing out.